Now, today I have another honor by introducing to you our new chair of the Caring Force, Lydia Todd. Lydia is the Executive Director of NFI Massachusetts, a leading human service provider. And as an Air Force retiree and mother of 5, she also credits her lived experience as a, quote, DCF kid, unquote, for her passion and work ethic. She serves as a council board member and committee chair of the Caring Force and is dedicated to improving compensation for human service workers. So folks, please join me in welcoming to the Zoom stage, Lydia Todd, who will introduce our guest. Lydia?
Good morning to my fellow human service workers and to our legislators and their staff who are here to recognize the critical contributions made by this sector of our economy. Human service workers are truly the unsung heroes of public service, quietly and confidentially caring for the Commonwealth's most vulnerable residents to ensure they have the highest possible quality of life and are able to fully maximize their potential in the least restrictive settings. While there are many valuable work sectors, and this is surely not a contest in terms of who contributes most, what is glaringly and appallingly different is the compensation levels that human service workers receive. These workers epitomize selfless service and fill many roles, even in one day: teacher, coach, parent, healer, shoulder, driver, cook, cleaner, and yes, sometimes referee to keep everyone safe. They juggle it all, keep showing up with a smile, and demonstrate compassion in action. If they work shifts in group care, they cannot even predict when they will get off duty because there are required safe levels of staffing that must be met. And yet their compensation levels for all of this work are barely above and sometimes only at minimum wage. In fact, many retailers and restaurants have increased their starting wage in Massachusetts so that it is more lucrative and less stressful to take a job in those industries than in human services. In addition, people who work for the state doing the same jobs as our private sector human service workers receive much higher compensation. Not only is this unfair, given that we are all serving residents of the Commonwealth, but it also leads to turnover and staffing shortages that burn out the rest of the workforce and leave the individuals we serve, many of whom have already experienced abandonment and isolation, with the constant churning of caregivers. This turnover contributes to poorer outcomes for the people we are meant to be helping. Dedicated and passionate people who want to stay in this field cannot do so unless they work 2 or even 3 jobs, or remain living at home with their parents and forego their own hopes for independence and a family. Minimum wage or greater hourly wages offered by retail establishments is not consistent with the complexity of professional services that these dedicated human service workers provide. If we note also that the vast majority of this sector is staffed by women and that people of color are overrepresented by double, the low levels of compensation also show this up as a social and racial justice issue. So we are here today to bend attention to our human service workers from gratitude to equity. The 2 bills we are rallying in favor of will encourage our workers with student loans to remain in their positions for more than a year with the incentive of that additional benefit, and will allow our entire workforce to seriously contemplate an actual career in the field with wages that match what their state employee counterparts earn. It will enable them to afford the same kind of full life we wish for all of the clients we serve. And in a few minutes, some of these workers will describe the impact that the passage of this legislation will have on them. We will also celebrate 2 of our human service champions in the legislature, and we know there are many who have steadfastly given of themselves to bring attention to this critical issue. Thank you for coming, and please keep the momentum going after the rally until all of our human service workforce can say that their one job is enough.